Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today I will be reviewing the Transformers 2007 live-action movie, deluxe class, Barricade. And here he is. Here is the physical representation of the bad cop. And his alt mode or at least this version is a slightly altered version of a Ford Mustang Saline S281E police cruiser. And even though this is a Ford Mustang, the Ford Mustang logo is nowhere on this vehicle mode. However, it does say back here on the bumper, Saline, or at least on the rear bumper, Saline. It's part of its brand. It says police there. And up here next to the police lights, it says 643. I don't exactly know what that means, but my guess would be that is the either car number or the precinct number. Could be. I don't really know anything about that. There's also a couple more cool details. Is that right there? It says police 1865 with a little. It's a police badge with a Decepticon symbol in the middle. Pretty cool. And then here you have the famous quote. Well, not quote, but let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Kind of weird, but it says there, to punish and enslave instead of to protect and serve, which is really neat that they put that on there. And as for this figure, that at the recording as of the recording of this video. There we go. This figure is pretty much about 10 years old, or at least almost 10 years old. And I think as a 10-year-old figure, it's still pretty good. This is probably one of the best put together vehicle molds I've ever seen. This is spectacular. Like, if I were to put this on a shelf, I don't think anyone would confuse this for a Transformer. They probably think it was like a model car or something. Like, that is impressive. And a deluxe class, no less. This is a very well done vehicle mode, and I freaking love it. Like I said, there is no Ford logo on this, but that is what this is. So now let's get to the transformation, which is pretty straightforward. It's a pretty simple transformation. We start off by, let's see, back here, pop this in half. Little forward, separate, get in here, and you just have to separate like this entire side part. Fold under here, separate down here, and just pull out. Same thing over here, separate here. A bit of a tight, there we go, tight connection. Here, move from under there and pull out. And then we have, these are Barricade's arms. So these are his arms. And then we get to his legs, which you take this waist piece, fold it out, and then these sort of pegs go into these holes. Now, the one major complaint, well, this is sort of the biggest problem I have with this figure, is that in his robot mode, this here, it doesn't really click. It just sort of sits there at a weird angle. Just put it there at an angle, and even though it doesn't look correct, this is how it's supposed to be. It just sits there, it doesn't click, it just sits there. That's really annoying, but that's how it's supposed to be. Then we get to, whoopsie, you know what I mean? Trying to move anything, this is up, so arms, hold on. Arms. Okay, he's almost done. Now we get to his legs. Basically, you just pull them up, pull them forward, feet down, legs forward, legs forward. We have his legs ready to go. Oh, and you separate them. The legs can like split apart, so you can separate them. And he's almost done. Next up, the, oh, can see it? These window bays, they move, these the door windows move up. Same on the other side. This you just fold back down, lift up the window wings if you want to or not, or you can leave them down. It's up to you, but I like to put them up. And then here's gonna be the awesome reveal. You pull this apart, and then you pull out the head. And what I like to do, I like to close it back up, but you don't have to. You can sort of like angle it a bit, and there you have. And one other thing I like to do is these parts here. I turn them, angle them, turn them and angle them. And I think it makes them look more vicious, in my opinion. And here we have, oh no, that's one of his gimmicks. I'll get into that one later. And then one tiny thing that a lot of people forget to do, that you can do on his feet, there's actually little spikes. So you lift these up, and now the transformation is complete. And another thing, on his hand, he's already a robot. He's done. This is Barricade. This is his really cool, very insectoid, alien-looking robot mode that was made, well, famous in the Transformers live-action movies, where the Decepticons just look really evil and really alien, and I just love it. I love it that they look like this. A lot of people don't. I love it. Because honestly, why would they look human? Like, I know that that's sort of what they're going for now with the more later Transformer films. But honestly, like, why? Why would this not look intimidating and honestly alien looking? Like, why would it not look alien? Since it's not trying to be friendly to humans or anything. It's just, I always loved it. And there's that problem creeping up again, where the waist is just a mess. That waist connection is non-existent. And then, even though it looks like he just has the rear, he doesn't have hands, he does have hands. Because you can actually separate that and adjust it so that he has a thumb. So he actually does have a hand. See? It actually does have some, whoa. Nope, not gonna do that. Well, might as well get it out of the way. Is the fact that this guy has two sort of special features, special actions. One really cool one, and one frankly kind of dumb. And that would have been what was going off here on his arm. You see, there's a little switch here, like right here, that if you pull it back, well, that now doesn't want to do it. There we go. He does a punch. Yay. It's a spring-loaded punch. Why? I don't understand. That's not cool. That's not even what he had in the movie. What he had in the movie was that he turned one of his wheels into like a spiky mace or something. I think that's what it was. That was a cool weapon. That's the other hand, which doesn't do anything. And then we get to his, what I call is a very cool feature, is that if you recall, in the movie, he didn't work alone. He had a partner. He had a partner that was famous for being with Soundwave, which is Frenzy. And Frenzy's in here. And sort of as a weird, I guess could be homage to Soundwave, Frenzy's in his chest. If you come closer here, if you pull this down, pull this, what is essentially the grill, at least the inner portion of the grill, pull it out, close it back up, you get this, which if you fold it up, fold it over, you have a little Frenzy. That is so cool, and his arms move and everything. And there he is. It's a little Frenzy that came inside of the chest, that came from the chest of Barricade. Honestly, I see that as an homage to Soundwave, back when this guy used to be Cassetticon. Oh. I'm just gonna put them back to give the whole complete car mode look. And one other thing I like is that if you fold this back up, it doesn't look that bad. Now, granted, if you look straight on, you can see that it's gappy. But in vehicle mode, you almost don't even notice it. So I'm just gonna put this back in. Black part up, slide it back in, and then close up. And like I said, overall, I actually really like how this figure looks. It looks really nice and everything. Biggest problem I have is this waist and lack of a connection. So let's get to posability really quick. Arms are on, well, these arms are on ball joints. Let's see, these move, ball joints, elbows move that far, gimmicky punch, which is really annoying. And elbow and the hands move a bit. Legs that far apart, you can actually do a really nice high kick. And they're also on the ball joints. Knees that far back. And because of the transformation, you can put them really forward, like in a weird angle. That far back, that far forward. And, oh, and to remind me, so I'm just going to have them sitting down for a second. I forgot to do this in my last video, but here's Bumblebee. And I'm going to do his posability, which I forgot to do in the last video. All right, Bumblebee can do this. He can do a nice split and also incredibly high kick. His elbows, his shoulders are on ball joints. Head is on ball joint. This hand, his actual hand is on a ball joint. Elbows bend that far back. This one does the same. And his waist is on like an angled ball joint. And basically ball joints do what ball joints do. And that's the end of Bumblebee's little cameo. It's funny how these two became the rivals. And another fun thing, Bumblebee's gonna go away now, is that Barricade is just, like, out of all the characters, why is this the one, and I don't mind because I actually really like him, and a lot of people do, but Barricade is the one Decepticon that it never died, that essentially was not killed and was around during all of the movies up until well, we don't know if he's gonna die in Last Night, at least from when I'm recording this, if he's gonna die in Last Night or not. But he shows up with a new form, a new body in Last Night, and he's in it. So that's just amazing that out of all the characters, Barricade is the one that never died in all the movies. He showed up in 3 of the movies, which was the first one from 2007. He showed up in Dark of the Moon for a moment, and he's gonna be in The Last Night, and he was never killed. At least on screen, he was never killed. He survived all the way through it. That is just amazing that it's him that does it. And now, granted, he's very unique because he was, I think, prior to him, there was never, the Transformer police car was always Prowl, who was an Autobot. This was the first time, which I thought was brilliant, to make the cop car a Decepticon. That's just brilliant. And it made this guy stand out even more. And I think because of that uniqueness of this character, it made him survive all the way through to even him showing up as a car again, as a police cruiser, a more modern Ford Mustang, but it's still a Ford Mustang police cruiser in the film Last Night, in The Last Night. So yeah, that is my review of the Transformers 2007 movie deluxe class Barricade. This is Composite EnerJoe. Signing off. Peace out.